Today, the topic I want to speak on is be consistent. Right? Be consistent. Tell the person next to you, be consistent. I want you to know one of the problems we have today in the church is that people are not being consistent. If you're not being consistent, you wouldn't be able to receive what God has in store for you. You cannot start a race and you cannot finish it. This life that we are in, it is a race. It is a race, right? This is one race that when you run it, it don't have no one winner. Everybody that run this race is going to receive a prize. All of us are winners. Tell the person next to you, all of us are winners.
All of us are winners.
But the problem is that we have got to finish this race. It's not who first reach to the line. You know, it's not who first reach to the line. A lot of people start running fast. And sorry, we didn't have much. This girl that beyond here, they start out fast and fast. We have one right here.
National.
She's a national runner.
Yeah.
Right, put up your hands and see you. And you know what happened? A lot of people start running fast, and before they reach at the tape, they won. Right? This is what you know, right? What's his name again? Huh? Liliana. They start running fast, right? And before they reach the tape, they won. This is one race you don't start running fast, and before you reach the tape, you won. You've got to continue running this race. You've got to continue going. Even self is one step at a time. Even self is one step at a time. Even self it's one step at a time. You've got to continue. You've got to continue. It's not who first start, right? Jesus said the first shall be the last. It's not who first start. This race, you've got to continue it. As long as you meet the finishing line, there is a prize to you. Because a lot of persons start this race and then they just cut off. They just cut off. They didn't finish this race. They start speed. Some people go run fast, right? Right, Lillian? There's some person fast as you, or you move faster than everybody. There's some persons real fast that when they start so fast, you know, when you look back, you're so far behind them. You're so far behind them that you can't even catch them. But such person, you gotta continue going. You got to continue going. Such person, you don't fight up quick. You don't fight up for run with them because you know they're more faster than you, right? So what you do with them, you keep behind them. You keep behind them. Just keep behind them, right? Keep behind them. I'm trying to get Lillian to listen to this thing. Keep behind them, right? You keep behind them. And then, as long as you keep behind them, you know that they got to finish. If they burn halfway, you just pass them, right? You keep behind them and you make sure you finish this race. A lot of persons start this race and a lot of persons can't finish it. And what God is looking for is people who can finish this race. God is looking for people who could finish this race. You've got to finish this race. You've got to end it. You know, you don't just start this race and you can't finish it. You've got to finish it. You've got to go one day at a time. I like this song, one day at a time, right? Sing the song for me.
One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you.
You see, that is why you see we got to get people who could sing, because I'm trying and I'm not getting it. So what happened? You've got to go one day at a time. You've got to take it one day at a time. You don't start this thing and next you know tomorrow you're not there. Tomorrow you're not there. You've got to go one day at a time. So this is what Jesus is looking for, people who could finish this race. You know, there are times that I said, I've got to make an impact in this community. And I said, this church has got to make an impact in this community. Amen. I said, this church has got to make an impact in this country. This is what I said. Amen. And I'm there all the time. I'm there all the time. I'm there all the time. I'm on my knees all the time. There are times I don't feel like praying, but when the time I come from work, I just throw myself. I get into the place where I make that. I said, this is where I desecrated for prayer. I get into that place and I'm there all the time. I'm there all the time. I cannot get weary. In the morning, I'm there all the time. In the morning, I'm there all the time. I'm there all the time. I'm there from 12 to 4. I said I can't get weary. I cannot afford to be weary. I've got to be consistent every morning, morning by morning. I am on this air for more than 15 years. I'm on this air all the time. I'm there. All the time I'm there. When I feel like, I can't make it anymore, when I feel like, I feel so exhausted, I just get into that place and I'm sit down there and even self my mouth got to barely mumble. Himself at my mouth got to barely mumble. The Spirit of God know that I'm there. Himself I'm so weary that I can't. So there are times I get into that place where I desecrated for prayer, and then when I start praying I drop to sleep, and then I wake up back again and then I start praying again. I'm there all the time. Sometimes when I catch myself, I'm there praying for somebody, and next instead of calling the people's name, I'm calling the house. So you could imagine what a purpose in my heart, that I've got to make an impact in this community, in this country. I've got to make an impact. I'm there all the time. I'm spending hours in prayer. You've got to pray. The point I'm making is that you don't get weary. You've got to be consistent. You've got to continue coming. You've got to continue serving God. You've got to be upon it all the time.
Mountains are still being moved, and strongholds are still being loosed. God, we believe, yes, we can see that wonders are still what you do, and bodies are still being raised. Giants are still being slain. God, we believe, yes, we can see, wonders are still what you do.